This next chapter is all about creating complex forms of artwork, and we're going to start that off by learning about something called compound paths. Compound paths inside of Illustrator allow you to create punch-out type shapes like you see here on screen. However, if you investigate a little further into the document, however, you will notice that these are all separate shapes. These are not combinations of shapes. So how do we combine these two together in order to punch a hole through that circle or make that square into a frame or cut out that star? We actually can use compound paths to do this. So let's select these two objects over here. And you can see the center is exactly what I say it is. It's a separate, complete object. And if I want to make a compound path out of this, I just go to the Object menu, go down to Compound Path, and select Make. When I do that, you're going to notice that this automatically now has a hole through it. If I move it over the square, you can actually see if I move it to the front that it will overlap, and you can see right through the middle of it. So let's move that over now. And let's do the same thing with this middle object here. In this case, what I'm going to do is use the keyboard shortcut, Command or Control 8 on my keyboard. And when I do that, you will notice that it automatically becomes one single shape with a unified color. If I move this over the star, and we'll arrange that. I'm just right-clicking and choosing Bring to Front. And you can see that it is one single shape, just like that. And finally, the star, we work much the same way. We can right-click on this as well, and we can go down and we can choose Make Compound Path. And when we do that, that is going to create this as well. The interesting thing about compound paths is when I double-click on the compound path, I can then go in and actually manipulate the individual objects inside of it. So I could increase the size of this star, for instance, or I could double-click to get out. I could go back into this square and I could resize the inner portion of this to make it a little more wide as well, or I could simply get rid of it. And when I get rid of it, it turns right back into a regular square. So these are all very flexible ways of creating these types of shapes. They're all very point-and-click type methods, but they work. And so if you need to create a basic type of shape like the ones you see here, try using a compound path to see if it won't help you get you where you're looking to go. This next chapter is all about creating complex forms of artwork, and we're going to start that off by learning about something called compound paths.